right, welcome back to another After Dark, everyone. Hope you all are having a good night so far. I hope you guys had a wonderful day. This is a request that came out of the members section, and this is from a channel that I absolutely love. It's from the Prime Larry Bird channel, and this video is titled Larry Bird Had the Greatest 3-1 Comeback in NBA History. And honestly, off the top of my head, I don't remember exactly which series this is. I'll probably remember it once we get into it. But I'm actually really intrigued about this one. Because, I mean, tell you the truth, like a 3-1 comeback, I never thought of that as something like that's a big deal. Like, you know, same way, like if a team comes out and wins the first 3 games but loses the series, I don't consider that a big deal. Like, you know, sealing the series is what it's all about to me. But like, I don't know, like if it was a 3-0 comeback, that to me would be like, damn, man, you know, that's a hard thing to pull off. But why the hell did you get down 3-0? You know, but still, like if it was 3-0, that's something, because your back is, you know, your back is against the wall, and it's basically like you're starting from 0, and they're one letter from completing the damn alphabet, you know. So that's a hard situation to be in. But 3-1. You know, the series is still on, in my opinion, because we've seen plenty of times, you know, series goes to 3-2, series goes to 3-3, and now it's all about that game 7. Anyways, you guys, I'm rambling on the intro. Curious to see what this one's all about. As I always do, I'm going to link the original video from Prime Larry Bird down below. That's going to be in the description box. You'll also see a list of channel members. Shout out channel members. Been getting a lot of copyright claims over the past like 3 or 4 days. So I appreciate you all. I was on a good run last week. I wasn't getting claimed too often, but this week I'm back at it and I don't care. And honestly, the last 2 Prime Larry Bird videos I reacted to got copyright claims. That's not to say pity me. That's to say you should definitely go over there and subscribe to Prime Larry Bird, because I know for a fact a lot of these videos that he's putting out, he's getting 0 revenue off of. So like the amount of work that he's putting in just to get a copyright claim at the end of the day, man, great channel. Anyways, you guys, I think I promoted this channel enough. Go check it out if you want to. Guys, like the video, I'd appreciate it. Forgive my dog for being a monster right now. Yeah, she hears me. She stopped. She's just rolling around and making monstrous sounds. Let's go.
Tries to convince you that a great player couldn't win a title in his first 5 years because he was too young or didn't have enough help? Tell him that Larry Bird took the 2nd worst team in the league to an NBA title in only 2 years.
Yeah.
No excuses. Because with Larry Bird...
Wait, so did he do it on his first title run?
It wasn't just about basketball. It was about pride, grit, and proving to the world what he and the Celtics stood for. Because that same year, as the Celtics were down 3-1 in the Eastern Conference Finals, Larry Bird pulled off the greatest comeback in NBA history. Larry Bird had an unshakable confidence from the first day he stepped foot in the league.
When I walk in the first day of camp, them guys were on the floor stretching, and here comes the white savior, here comes this, here comes that. I sort of enjoyed it, because I knew I was going to battle them all day.
After all the hype that Larry Bird had coming out of college, he immediately silenced one teammate that was his biggest doubter, Cedric Maxwell, who was the Celtics' leading scorer the year before Larry arrived. And on the very first day of practice, Cedric Maxwell got a glimpse of just how great Larry Bird was going to be in the league.
I was the first guy really to guard.
Yo, I just had a kind of a mental flashback when he said the Great White Savior or whatever. Wasn't there a movie in the 90s that was basically called, I think it was called like The Great White Hope, and it was a basketball movie, but it was a comedy, and it was about kidnapping the star player on the opposing team, I believe in the NBA Finals. This is one of those things, like I think I watched this movie in the theater, like probably with my brother or something, and I don't remember watching it ever again, but I remember loving it. Guys, if you know what I'm talking about, hit me up in the comments.
All right. And I remember I was like you. I was the king of the mountain, man. I was averaging about 20 and 10 when Bird got here.
Maxwell has another rebound and another 2 points and a chance for a 3-point play. And this crowd loves it. As look at this, 28 points and 15 rebounds.
Yeah. So I'm thinking he's coming to this building. I'm looking at him, but we have the first practice. I'm thinking like, this ought to be a piece of cake. Yeah. Guy don't look fast, don't look good. Yeah. I'm about to do something to him. I'm thinking, oh, he's slow. He can't get off a shot. He's not that strong.
Yep.
This is gonna be a layup. Bam, knocks down a jump shot. Okay, maybe that was luck. Gets the ball again. Bam, knocks down another jump shot. Now I'm thinking like, okay, hey, you know what? I'm gonna D this guy up. I'm gonna show him his life. 20 feet away, bam. 25 feet away, bam. My mind just goes something. Damn, this white guy can play.
Yeah, he sure can.
I'm telling you what, it changed my opinion about racism in this world. Because I remember he scored the first basket.
Yo, is that the GOAT? Is that the GOAT himself right here?
Yeah, I mean, but as I proceeded, he kept going further and further and further away. And by the end of the practice, it finished. The first black person I went to, I said, you know what? That fucking white guy can play down there. Then every other person of color would ask me when the Celtics got ready to play, they're like, yo, man, how's this kid Bird? You about to find out.
Damn. The Celtics were the second worst team in the league before Larry arrived, winning only 29 games. But even as a rookie, Larry Bird led that exact same Celtics team to a 61-21 record.
That's
wild. That 32-game turnaround still stands as the greatest single-season turnaround in NBA history. And what's most impressive is he did it with no Robert Parrish, no Kevin McHale, no Dennis Johnson, Bill Walton, Scott Wedman, or Danny Ainge.
Really?
It was all Larry Bird.
Wait, what was the roster that year?
Bird comes away with it. Up to Carr. Bird again, and he's doing
what a monster.
45 seconds first half. And here comes the Birdman. He is now 5 of 5. Shot clock, forward to Bird. Bryant couldn't do anything with him. Taken up by Archibald. And look at the hustle. I believe Archibald touched the left. Look at Bird. Holy cow.
Freaking Bird, man. That one you didn't have a chance at that one, did you?
But this should have been no surprise.
No, you didn't have a chance. That I respect the hustle so much.
As to anyone, because at every level, Larry Bird proved the doubters wrong. Because in college, he took a mid-major Indiana State to 33-0 before facing what turned out to be his greatest rival, Magic Johnson, in the NCAA title game. But here's how Magic Johnson recalls meeting Larry Bird the summer before that game.
And Bird is the first to admit he was not happy with how he played in that championship game at all. He just didn't have a good game.
The summer before, they had the WIT tournament.
Okay.
And they brought all the best college players together.
Okay.
To play against the world.
Okay.
And man, I see this guy, blonde hair,
God, dude, I can't take Unc seriously. Okay. It's like a cartoon character.
I said, all right, let me see if he can play.
Okay.
Man, I'm sitting there watching him shoe shining. He must have made 30 in a row all net.
So he was Steph Curry before Steph Wade.
Yeah. And I'm sitting there saying, this dude can play.
Okay.
Then we got in the game. Jack Gibbons was player of the year that year.
Right.
He tore him up, man. Man, Larry Bird was taking it to him. I said, man. I'm calling back home saying, he for real. This dude Larry Bird?
Right.
Oh, he got it. He can play. He's dominating Jack Gibbons. And they said, no way. I said, oh, yeah, he's dominating.
I think our first game was in Kentucky. We got about it.
But when he used to be with Skip, I used to think there was something weird going on there. Why does he say the word Skip so often? But then, as I see him on his own, he usually has one word that he's like, okay, right. He does that. It used to just be Skip because that's who he was talking to. So he'd be like, Skip. I'm sorry, dude. Especially after everything that's come out about Shannon, it just perpetuated. I can't take the guy serious, man.
10, 12-point lead. Man, they put us in. Went to 25, 30, just that fast.
Fast break again, 3-on-2. Griffith.
I miss when Shannon Sharp was a football player, dude.
The league go back down.
Especially his brother, Sterling. I was a big fan of his brother. Anyways, I'm done. No more talking about Shannon Sharp right now.
Let's back in.
That's third, and Johnson.
Okay, in fact, I'm going to back it up. Back it up. Here we go.
12-point lead. Man, they put us in. Went to 25-30 just that fast.
Fast break again. 3-on-2. Griffith. Wow. And that's steal by Larry Bird.
Take us out. Ooh. The league go back down, put us back in.
That's third, and Johnson.
The show start again.
When you play with Magic, there's just something about it. You want to make that extra pass. You want to get that rebound and start to break.
We came down a couple times. I go behind my back, no look to him. He no look back to me, and I'm laying it up.
That's beautiful.
Oh, man.
Here's that last play. Magic Johnson going in, drops off the Bird. Bird puts it back on inside.
And we never got to see them on the same team of any All-Star game. We only got them in the 92 Olympics and this. It's just so crazy. Imagine these two on the same team on a regular basis. It'd be the most unselfish basketball you've ever seen.
Super basketball.
This guy got game.
Little did Magic know that he would meet Larry Bird again, but this time it would be in the national title game.
Here we go, 6-7 months later.
Right.
We're playing in the NCAA Championship game. He's Player of the Year. Sports Illustrated, all the magazines he on the cover.
Right.
Right.
And I said, wow, and they're 33-0.
33-0.
Man, I said, oh.
And they hadn't been ranked since.
That's right.
And they weren't ranked before.
Yes, that's right.
It is Indiana State against Michigan State. I'm Bryant Gumbel, and the fans here are going bananas.
Brian Gumbel.
That 1979 NCAA title matchup between Larry Bird and Magic Johnson is still the highest rated basketball game ever played. Unfortunately, for Larry Bird, it was one of his worst because Michigan State double-teamed him all night long, and since Larry was largely a one-man show, Indiana State had no answer.
Look at the pressure around him. 2-3 net, and he's short. Bird, way short.
Yep. He couldn't be a facilitator. He didn't have the right teammates.
Larry Bird.
He's missing free throws or something wrong.
Magic, not only were you leader on offense, I thought you did a great job on Larry Bird in the zone denying him the ball.
Yes, Coach gave us a good game plan to go against Larry Bird, and all we had to do was go out and do it. That's what we done.
Right there, right off the bat, he's crediting the coach. I love it. We just executed the game plan.
Congratulations, Super Bowl game.
What a matchup.
No, it still hurts. And when you win 33 in a row and you walk into a game, you never know what to expect, but I expect to win. We didn't win.
Yeah.
Larry Bird said this was his most painful loss ever. And when he got to the NBA, he took that pain out on the entire league. Not only did he play with the level of toughness that the NBA had never seen before, but Larry Bird's trash-talking stories are that of legend.
Their main man was Tom Chambers, and Chambers was guarding Larry. And so in the jump ball circle, Larry walked through myself and Chambers, and then came back and told Chambers, I know you guarding me, and I want you to know something. There's only one man that can guard me, and that's God. Now think about that for a second. Think about the confidence and the arrogance it takes to make that statement. Think about that for a second. One thing you got to give Larry Bird, he never stopped talking trash. Ever.
It's true, though. He had the confidence and he backed it up. You're not going to stop me. You better just hope I miss some shots today. Like, you better hope I have a bad shooting night. Like, that's all it is with a guy like Bird.
But is it really trash talking if you're backing it up?
Bird from the corner, his first night. Larry with 16 points, Reggie King. They don't have, Bird is just toying with Chambers, and now Bird answers immediately. As I say, Chambers might might as well not be out there. He's picking Larry up. He's pretty much giving him the outside shot. Larry is obliged very effectively this week, and he's really starting to force his offense. Look at this. My goodness. I don't know if he's guarded Bird before, but I'll tell you, if he hasn't, he's going to remember this night for a while. Old Chambers isn't going to get much sleep tonight. He's going to be having Larry Bird nightmares.
Oh, man.
Even Larry's own team.
2 videos in a row that I've reacted to this channel. He's focusing on Tom Chambers.
Mates could face his wrath. Not many younger people know this, but Hall of Famer Pete Maravich, who holds nearly every major NCAA scoring record, including highest scoring average at 44.2 points per game, was actually teammates with Larry Bird in Larry's rookie year. However, Larry couldn't care less about Pete's NCAA accolades, because when these two butted heads, Larry Bird got so disrespectful.
Well, my best story, I think, was probably Pete Maravich and Larry Bird. Pete Maravich is pass the ball to Larry. Pete's man goes down and double teams Larry. Larry puts up a tough shot, and timeout's called, and we come to the timeout, and Pete Maravich looks over, and Larry says, Larry, they're double teaming you, man. You can't force up those kind of shots. And Larry looks up and goes, if you were any damn good, they wouldn't be double teaming me. This is one Hall of Fame to another one. I was in shock.
Ouch. Damn. Pete Maravich retired at the end of that year, and as a rookie, Larry Bird made the All-Star team.
Here comes the rookie out of Indiana State, who has lived up to his expectations, Larry Bird, and I'm told the other night here in Washington, he put on a clinic. Dantley gave it back, and Kermit Washington, and Bird rebounds, and now it's the East for the fast break.
What a pass.
Back to Kermit, and Larry stayed with the rebound.
When you call play,
Thought he was going to get an assist. He ended up with a rebound and 2 points.
Take the pass back up the middle, make that pass, and stay right with it when it right in there. To rebounding, besides strength, is quickness. Good lateral movement.
Whenever I hear lateral movement, I just think of Akeem Olajuwon.
Inside to Moses. Set himself high with the shot in his.
And then I think of KG talking about Akeem
Larry
Olajuwon
Bird
talking to
took
trash.
over on national TV by draining 2 corner shots to take the lead, igniting his reputation as one of the most clutch players in NBA history.
Hot Rod Huntley now has joined us over here at the announce table.
Yeah, give me that
Larry
room.
Bird.
Larry
The
Bird.
scoring table is not yet clear. This is a three-pointer. Yes, it is.
Same spot, too.
And that's a three-pointer is Larry Bird. It's back-to-back field goal.
And after that, he pulled off the play of the game in one of the greatest passes of his career.
142-136, three-point try by Sigma is off, and Bird comes out on the move. Dishes to Malone. Malone comes up, stayed with it. Sigma with a hand.
I mean, we could call that one of the greatest passes in his career, but I mean, we saw him do that all the time, like almost every game.
I don't believe he saw George Gervin.
By the way, it's one of those things when I talk about the similarities between Bird and Jokic. A lot of it is those touch passes.
That year, Larry Bird finished 4th in MVP voting, won Rookie of the Year, and pissed off his arch nemesis Magic Johnson, which ended up being the greatest individual rivalry in sports history.
Fathom that. Rookie of the Year, and in the same year, the year a rookie, you were 4th in MVP voting. Talk about making a splash.
We ended up in the 2 most famous, franchises,
Yeah.
the Celtics and the Lakers. And then his personality was Boston. My personality was Hollywood.
Right.
I mean, they couldn't have scripted this any better.
No. He was Rookie of the Year. I think you got like 1 or 2 votes.
That's all.
That's all you. I think it was like 32, 33 to like 1 or 2.
No, even more than that. It was 60-something to like 2. I hate to say that, too. I got to say that on TV. And so I was pissed, man. I was mad.
You like, hold on.
Became the first rookie in NBA history to be named Finals MVP.
Yeah.
I was only the 3rd dude ever in NBA history to go from the college championship to the NBA Finals championship. And so I get like 2 votes. And they were 2 LA dudes.
2 LA dudes.
I'm like, okay, he's not that much better than me.
Right.
Not 63-2.
Right.
But okay, I took it. And I'm glad that we came in together because I had somebody to measure myself.
Yeah.
Right. And say, hey, okay, He's great. I can't let him get too far ahead of me. I got to work hard because I want to stay in pace with Larry.
I mean, so much to the point that Bird mentions in his final run in the NBA. Once Magic was out because of HIV, he was like, he lost his competitive spirit a little bit, because the thing is like the rivalry went so deep between these two. He was competing against Magic. He wasn't just like competing against other people's legacies. He was just wanting to destroy Magic. That was like his main focus. So once Magic was out of the picture, he's like, well, the thrill is gone, you know?
But what if I told you that there was a rivalry in the 80s that was even bigger than Celtics versus Lakers and even more intense than Celtics versus Pistons? I bet you wouldn't believe me. But for 3 years in a row, the Eastern Conference Finals was a dogfight between the Boston Celtics and the Philadelphia 76ers.
Long before Celtics Lakers, it was Celtics Sixers.
One of the most intense rivalries ever, as you see Mark Ivoroni and Larry Bird go at it in this game. Larry asked if he's going to be thrown out, and he decided he's going to get his licks in before he left.
I think in terms of two clubs in professional sports and professional team sports, really wanting one another and going after one another's throats, this is definitely the ultimate.
There's Dr. J trying to hold Bird.
I love that. No victim mentality, no nothing. Just like, yeah, this is the ultimate, man, in sports. Like, we want this bad.
Retaliates and and look at Jay hitting Bird as he's being held from behind by Barkley and Moses Malone.
Yeah, if you guys ever wonder when Bird was trying to choke out Dr. J, like why was he doing it? Man, there is some history in here. Here you got Bird being just thrown into a headlock while Dr. J is throwing haymakers at him, man, in a live game.
There's no greater time in basketball that I've ever had other than going out and beating the 76ers.
And in 1981, which was only Larry Bird's second year in the league, the Celtics and the 76ers had a battle for the ages in the Eastern Conference Finals in what many people have called the greatest playoff series of all time.
It was the greatest.
This is before my time, so I only know this from watching videos and documentaries and stuff. So that's why I didn't know about this one. This should be good.
Series I've ever played in my opinion, maybe the greatest series leading up to a championship that two teams ever had to play.
Larry Bird and the Celtics were facing the MVP of the league, Dr. J and the Philadelphia 76ers, the team with the best record in the league. And to make matters worse, Boston had not won a single game in Philadelphia in over 3 years because the 76ers were stacked with a team full of Hall of Famers.
Well, start out with the Hall of Famers they had over there. Start out with Dr. J, Bobby Jones. Maurice Cheeks was the starting guard, became a Hall of Famer. Caldwell Jones, the Boston Strangler, Andrew Toney, Daryl Dawkins. Daryl Dawkins was like Shaq, just strong and big, and they were coached well by Billy Cunningham. That's why they were so tough.
Just 1 year earlier, Larry Bird and the Celtics lost in the Eastern Conference Finals to this same 76ers team, sparking a rivalry that would have them battling for Eastern Conference supremacy for the next 6 years.
So in 81, we win the first game up in Boston. Then you guys come back and win game 2.
Irving putting the moves on McHale.
We play a really tight game down there in Philly, and we lose.
Philadelphia has been magnificent, and that game is over.
We lose game 4, and I'm like, ooh, this isn't good.
10 seconds to go. Boston doesn't call time. Archibald.
Oh, good defense.
Bobby Jones, and the game is over.
It's a tight one-possession game, and Bobby Jones does what he does, makes a great defensive play. That allowed you guys to win game 4 and go up 3-1.
The dreaded 3-1 deficit. In the history of the entire NBA, teams that go up 3-1 in the best-of-7 series are 258-13. That's a winning percentage of 95.2%. So the chances of Larry Bird and the Celtics coming back to win this series was at 4.8%. And for teams that go down 3-1 and win the championship, their chances drop down to 1.5%. So at this point, to say that Larry Bird was an underdog was an understatement.
I wasn't the type of guy to take stuff for granted. 3-1, I mean, it felt good, but it was by no means a foregone conclusion.
Yeah, job not done.
A desperate situation for the Celtics.
Game number 5 of this Eastern Conference Finals. The Celtics must win 3 straight.
In Game 5, the Celtics were losing by 10 points with only 6 minutes left in the game. And with the season on the line, Larry Bird took matters into his own hands.
Larry going to work offensively. One-handed baseline.
He likes that spot.
An off-balance play by Larry Bird, who does every aspect. And McHale, they're going with their starters, is Larry Bird on a turnaround.
Man, how do they have that trust already? Look at his entry pass. Like, you have to know 100% and have faith in Bird. He's going to get in front of this. Like, oh, man.
They're going with their starters is Larry Bird.
This is what happens when teams play and they practice and they scrimmage like crazy together. This kind of chemistry.
Andrew Toney shot, no good.
Good board.
Rebound. He's taking matters into his own hands, Kevin. McHale, though, with the offensive rebound.
There goes that monster. Oh.
Bird, he's got it.
Bird with the finish.
Pointed out Caldwell Jones in there. Going to the hoop. Bird, he could not be denied. Larry Bird brings the Celtics to win 1 point.
This clutch bucket was the last field goal of the game. A defensive stop and a couple of free throws later, Boston won this game by only 2 points.
All right, here it is. 1 second. Boston up by 2. Trying to go to Philly for Game 6.
Nice.
The Boston Celtics, who were down by 6 points with 1:28 to go.
With 1:28,
came back
down by 6.
Crucial moments and did it when he had to do it.
And going in Boston, losing the next game, you know, you had one to play with, but, you know, coming into Philly, it's like, man, you have to feel good coming home.
Yeah.
Coming down to your place, I remember this is it. I mean, you know, Game 6, we're going back to Philly.
It's so cool that these guys can sit here and chat about this now.
Oh, it doesn't take long to get caught in this rivalry. I think it's one of the best rivalries in sports. You know, you go out there and you compete, and you know, you got to play so well to win it. You know, it demands a lot out of you. And when the series is over, I think both teams can look back and say, hey, we gave it our best shot.
Any of you guys used to watch the show Cheers? This is Kevin McHale. I mean, all of the Celtics. All the Celtics love in that show. I absolutely loved it. Kevin McHale even shows up in an episode. If you know, you know, when it comes to the floorboards and all that.
They know that they haven't won in 10 tries here at the Spectrum in Philadelphia, and that's why they want to go back to Boston, winning this afternoon.
We got into a dogfight. Back and forth.
Back and forth, exactly.
Back and forth.
The Celtics trying to break a jinx here at the Spectrum in Philadelphia. They need to do it to force Game 7.
By the second half of Game 6, the Celtics were losing by as much as 17 points. But more Larry Bird heroics turned this game into one of the greatest playoff games in NBA history.
Dude, so far the first 2 games, they're having to come back from behind.
Because Boston stormed back and were willing to fight anyone that stepped in their way, even if you were just a fan in the crowd.
Harris with a turnaround in the lane. No good.
Ooh, no calls.
Maxwell and Dawkins going.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Malice in the Palace.
Goes after a fan, and there's Bedlam in the stands here, and Bill Fish is over there.
I never knew about this.
And he went in with a vengeance.
I got knocked into the crowd, and when I got knocked into the crowd, some guy was saying something to me like, "Get back in the damn game." So I jumped over the photographer, and then it registered in my mind what he had said. As soon as he said that, I re-jumped back over and went into the stands with a flying forearm. At that time, it galvanized all our players together. It could have been all these people against us, and we were going to go down together.
Wow.
And at that particular point, the great Dave Zinkoff, who was the public address announcer for Philadelphia, comes on when we're down by 17 and says to the crowd, "Tickets go on sale for the championship game right after this." Oh, my God. Everybody looked at each other and went, "Are you kidding me? This guy already said that." And then it was on like popcorn. We were down 17 almost before half. By the time we had our
before he goes there, the idea of the Celtics united because they were all ready to stand up to like 50,000 fans plus the opposing team if it comes down to it. I guess, man, that's crazy though. What a way to unite. Like, we're about to die together, folks. Jesus.
Square in their behind after they were doing the celebration. We were down by only 5 points.
Wow.
Tiny tries to drive. Bird
So look at that. I mean, bodies all over the place.
Cale, Bird, Maxwell, ML Carr, and Archibald. Looping shot by Larry Bird. 23 points for Larry Bird, and the Celtics lead 84-83.
As Larry Bird leads the comeback with 25 points, 16 rebounds, and 4 assists, he once again hits the last clutch bucket of the game.
Bird out to Tiny with 8 seconds on the shot clock. Bobby Jones is on him on a defensive switch. Hollins on Bird. Larry Bird shot. Look at that shot.
Close one.
His shot put the Celtics up by 3 points. One defensive stop and a pair of free throws later helps Boston finally win a game in Philadelphia. Something they hadn't done in nearly 3 years.
Dawkins and Caldwell Jones, and that'll do it. The game is over. Boston has won.
That switch goes in.
Come back from a 3-1 deficit to force a 7th and win a 7th game, and the first time in 12 games.
Hold on, I just for my own curiosity.
3 years.
Dawkins and Caldwell Jones, and that'll do.
Okay, clock's at 0. I was gonna say, dude, because wait, who threw the ball in? I know, I'm sorry, you guys, but I'm not.
Dawkins and
okay, never mind.
Something they hadn't done in nearly 3 years.
Dawkins and
okay, so that is Boston inbounded the ball. I was gonna say, how funny would it be if like he intercepted the ball, and this was
Jones, and that'll
do. Philly's basket. And he actually lost the game because he hit a last-second shot on accident while celebrating.
But the game is over. Boston
Like, look at that shot. Jesus.
Only 3 teams have come back from a 3-1 deficit to force a 7th and win a 7th game. And the first time in 12 games, the Boston Celtics have defeated the
Man, they're all going down to the wire.
And after that game, Kevin McHale called what happened next his most favorite moment of his entire career.
Kevin McHale, what is your favorite NBA moment?
Ooh. I would say 81, Game 6. We were in Philly, and we were down 3-1, and we won Game 5 in Boston to go 3-2. And we beat them on a last-second play where Tony's driving in, and we get a block, got my hand on the ball, and we win the game. And go back to Boston, and there's people like there's like I didn't realize that because I'm new to Boston. It's my first year being out there. I come from northern Minnesota, small mining town, played at the University of Minnesota. I didn't realize that Boston and Philadelphia hated each other sports-wise. I mean, hated each other. So we get back that night.
By the way, I didn't know he's from Minnesota. No wonder why he served in Minnesota with the Timberwolves then.
And there's people. There's a crowd. I mean, there's people at the airport. And this is game. We haven't won anything. We still have Game 7 to go. And they were the whole city was like electric. And then Game 7 in the arena, when I walked in, I got chills because the people were all standing up cheering. 18 minutes before the game, we went out to warm up. There wasn't an empty seat, and they stood the whole game.
There it is.
And cheered and yelled and screamed.
I mean, that just shows you, win or lose, the fans appreciate your effort. Like, that's undeniable in something like this. They went to the airport to thank you for the amount of effort you're putting in. Whether you're going to win or lose Game 7, like, thank you for not embarrassing us as a city. Like, this is the unity I miss in sports, the relationship between the players and the fans, like that pride in the city, man.
No dancing girls, no nothing, and Oregon going and it was the most unbelievable environment you've ever seen. The building shook.
I was at that game. I was at all those games, and Game 7 to this day is the best basketball game I've ever been to. That was the only game I've been to. I've written about this, where the refs were just like, guys, you settle this. Yeah. Guys are on the floor every play. There's 3 guys getting knocked down. It was like a rugby match. And I've just never seen a game like that. I don't think that game would happen again. There would have been about 20 flagrant fouls.
Yeah, no one would be left on the floor. Get kicked out.
The 76ers, they have to be wondering about the fact that they had the Celtics put away. And all the Celtics wanted to do was win one at a time. Ric Raida told me before the game, Kevin, it's not so much saying you got to win 3 games, but to tell your team they have to beat us one more time.
Guys, before this video ends, consider subscribing to Prime Larry Bird. I can tell you, just because I've been doing this long enough, this video is going to get copyright claimed, which means his video got copyright claimed. I think he's doing great work.
That was the championship game. Whoever won that series between Philly and Boston, and Philly being up 3-1, and you getting them back to Boston for Game 7, whoever won that particular night, we knew that either one of those teams, Philly or Boston, could beat Houston. So that was the championship game that particular night.
Chris Ford, this is from the corner. Larry Bird, the rebound.
So it's kind of like what the West was like in the 2000s.
That's what Boston has done to Philadelphia.
You make it to the finals, you're probably going to win.
Parrish doing to Dawkins what he did to him, but misses. But Larry Bird, another offensive rebound. And the next time. Tiny to Ford. Larry Bird, three-point play.
If anything could ignite a crowd and ignite a team, a three-point play by their best player, it's the safest way to do it.
And just like the previous 4 games, Game 7 went down to the wire.
Of course it did.
With the tie game with 1 minute left on the clock, Larry Bird does what Larry Bird did the entire series.
I am sad I wasn't alive to watch this one. Like, you know, like in the moment.
The clutch.
Irving setting up for something. Fakes. Low into Dawkins. Double team.
Ooh.
Dawkins goes in. Misses. Here comes out of the pack.
Daryl.
Double team.
You kind of had Dr. J there, but I get it. You're going for it. Sloppy layup, though.
Misses. Here comes Bird out of the pack.
What a battle.
Coming to the left. Stop and pop off the glass. It's gone. Boston leads 91-89. 1 second left. And the pass hits the top of the backboard. And it's over.
Oh.
They came from 3 or 1 down, and they have won.
Look at this. Look at the pandemonium.
It's all over. This place is a madhouse.
This game-winning jump shot helped Larry Bird versus a team with 3 Hall of Famers on their roster pull off the greatest 3-1 comeback of all time, because the 1981 Eastern Conference Finals remains the only series in NBA history in which 5 games were decided by 2 points or less. The Celtics won Game 5 by 2 points, Game 6 by 2 points, and Game 7 by 1 point. Each game literally went down to the last second. Now that is the definition of clutch.
Because we did win a lot of 1-2 point games. It just seemed like every time you look up the clock, we had a 1 point lead and there was 1 second on the clock and they had the ball. It was them type of games where all the emotion, all the adrenaline, and everybody was just flowing and everything was just going to perfection at the end of the game. That was probably the best games I ever played in my life. It was a 7-game series and every one of them was just full of excitement.
Well, wow. Dang. Am I glad I watched this video or what? Like, this was a great video. Great suggestion. Great request. Oh, man. Once again, I wish I was old enough where I could have actually watched this in real time, because this does seem like that might have been the best series of all time, you know? And it's not just that they came back from 3-1. It's that every single game went down to the wire. You know, that's incredible, because I was about to say it at the end. Every single game is coming down to 1 second left and an inbound play. Like, you can't get more down to the wire than that. And I don't know what else to say about this. Like, I'm just glad I watched this, because I knew about the rivalry, obviously, because like it was always either Boston or Philly that was getting out of the East and going into the finals. But damn, I didn't know this series existed. So yeah, thank you for the suggestion. I really appreciate it. This was a great watch. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it as well. Those of you who haven't seen it, what do you think about it? Those of you who are old enough to have seen it, well, I mean, the comment section is all yours, my friend. The floor is yours. Please share your memories. We'd all appreciate it. All right, you guys, I am out. It's just more appreciation, not just for Larry Bird, but for all these greats. You know, this video really covered a lot of great players, and it's cool to see Dr. J. That sit down interview or whatever between Dr. J and Kevin McHale. I have not seen that. I would love to watch that. So I got to go searching for that one right now, because I would love to see them just kick back and have a conversation about their memories and their battles together. It was pretty much every single year back then. Guys, I'm going to go ahead and head out. Please like the video. I'd appreciate it. Please consider checking out Prime Larry Bird's channel. The link is down below in the description. And subscribe to the channel if you want more content like this, you guys. I'll see you all in the comments. Most importantly is the be water, my friends.